Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. Let's talk books. Today I am doing the C tag. Nobody tagged me to do this, but I recently saw Courtney Ferreter do this on her channel, and I love the letter C. My name, Cynthia, starts with a C. My last name starts with a C, and what can I tell you? I think it's the most fabulous letter in the alphabet. The original was created by Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, so I will link their video down below, and the prompts are pretty straightforward, so let's get right to it. The first one is C is for countries: Cuba, Colombia, Chile, Congo, Cyprus, Czechia, China, and Canada. What was the last book you read by an author from Canada, China, or another country beginning with C? And I had to look this up because I was like, oh, what was the last time? But I did recently read Jackie Lau's The Ultimate Pie Day Party, and Jackie Lau is Canadian. I think she's Chinese Canadian. But that was a fabulous romance novel, and I am really enjoying everything that Jackie Lau has written that I've read, so I'm definitely going to continue reading from her. I do have a couple of books written by authors from Cuba on my shelf, although as you can see back there, I'm in the process of putting all my books in boxes, so I don't know when I will get to it. It is Caribathon. Caribathon started today when I'm filming this, and I realized I didn't pull out all of my Cuban books out, but yeah. Chile, do I have any books from others, Chilean authors? I don't think so. Or Chinese. I do have some books written by Chinese authors. I have The Three-Body Problem and a couple of others. So I will work on this. The next prompt is C is for canine and cat. Show me yours. So one of my canines is down here. I'm like, which one's easier to grab? Let me grab this. This is Lincoln. I should have named you something with a C. John C. Calhoun? No, he was not a good president. Carter. I should have named you for Carter. No, but he's very much a Lincoln. Say hi. I just woke him up, so he's groggy and annoyed with me. But they pop up in my videos from time to time. The other one is down here. Let me see if I can get her. Lady, wanna come here? No, okay. She doesn't want to say hi. So let's move on to the next prompt. So C is for classic. What is the last classic book you read? So I'm currently reading a classic. I just started La Guaracha del Macho, Camacho by Rafael Sanchez. This is a Puerto Rican classic. I also recently read Midnight's Children by Salman, Rashdie, which I know is a classic, and Survivor by Octavia Butler. She is an amazing writer. So I read classics. I do. You can always, about once a month or so, or maybe every other month, I'll pick up something that's classic. Oh, I also recently just wrapped up, and I talked about having read The Woman Destroyed by Simone de Beauvoir. So actually I've been reading quite a few classics. What am I talking about? Yeah. Next prompt is C is for children's book. What was the last children's book you read for your own enjoyment? I like reading middle grade books quite a bit. I haven't picked up picture books in a while, mostly because I usually just check them out from my library, and I haven't been going into the physical library since the pandemic began. But Dead Voices is the most recent middle grade book that I've read, and I have I have a shelf full of my middle grades that actually I'm gonna need to expand pretty soon because I am really in love with middle grade. Let's see. Next prompt is C is for coloring book. Have you tried adult coloring books? What are your thoughts on this? I have tried adult coloring books. I have quite a few sitting over here with some of my art supplies that I'm gonna need to pack. But adult coloring books they're a great way to relax and to focus your mind on something other than like your anxiety or your worries or things like that. So they're actually really good for that. I find that they don't necessarily grab me as much. I really like coloring, but I prefer coloring children's coloring books. I don't know why, but I have a coloring book with all like Paris landscapes, and I'm hoping that that one really works for me because it's Paris and I love everything related to Paris. Next prompt is C is for comedy. What is the funniest book you have read? Right, I cannot pick a funniest book I have ever read, but I recently read Hyperbole and a half, and that book made me laugh out loud. And I realized that while I cry very easily when reading books, like literally laughing out loud while reading is a little bit more rare for me. I will chuckle, I will smile, but laughing out loud is harder for me, and Hyperbole and a half did it. Next prompt is C is for comic books. Can you explain to me the attraction of these? So I don't read a ton of comic books, but I have a few like Wonder Woman comic books. The attraction of it is that you're merging storytelling with visual aids, and the art in comic books is just can be so amazing. I don't read a ton of manga, but comic books I have, and yeah, I think it's just that it's just a different form of storytelling that is much more visual, because of the images, I feel like, than like, you know, narrative literature. I don't look down on comic books. I'm gonna find a comic book store or whatever the comic book store closest to me is, because where I used to live I had a really great one, and I need to find another one because it was a genre that I was starting to explore along with graphic novels, and I'm really interested in it. I think it's fantastic. All right, and the last one is C is for cookbook. Do you have a favorite? No. Okay, I'm really lacking. I have a few cookbooks, most of which I don't even use. What I've been doing recently is one of those like weekly mail delivery food boxes where they send you a recipe and the ingredients, and then you make the recipe. I've been enjoying that, but other than that, I hate following recipes because they always have like some ingredient I don't have, and then I don't know how to substitute it, and I hate going to the store for one ingredient I don't have. Apparently I'm very picky and have strong opinions on this, but also I have a very limited repertoire of what I cook and what I like to cook, which is primarily Mexican food, things my mom taught me that I've been doing for, you know, since I left home and started having to cook for myself. And so, yeah, cookbooks I've tried, I haven't gotten into them. So C is a wonderful letter. I'm like, how will letter? No, I can't do it. All right. I was gonna do YMCA, but it's not gonna appear on the frame. But better stop now. I don't know why I've gotten into this. I'm in a weird mood today. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any cookbook recommendation. Is there something really good out there that I need to check out? Because I'm clearly missing out on cookbooks, right? But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!